Alright, this is alternator removal on the 2006 Toyota Avalon. You can see that it's already out of there, but I'm going to show you how to do this, what I had to do to get it out. One guy said you had to take off this thermostat housing here, get it out of the way, but you didn't have to. I didn't have to do that. And also this pulley, idler pulley down there, he said you had to take that off, but there's no need to. So really you just have to take off the electrical cords that are attached to the alternator itself. And there's one that goes down here to the AC that needs to be removed. And then there's a bottom bolt right there, which you can access very easily from the bottom if you take off the right front tire and drop out that little panel there. It's held in with two 10mm nuts. It's really easy to do, to take that off, and if you have the right tools it only takes 5 minutes. I think it's well worth it. And then trying to fish around, you know, get your hands down in there. Everything's so tight. Unless you want to take off the thermostat housing and all that stuff like the other guy mentioned. But I don't want to do that because I just put on a new thermostat a little while ago. And you have to lose your coolant and all that stuff. So I took out the bottom bolt first. Came up here, took out the top bolt right here. They're both 14mm. And I thought that was it, you know, because I've looked at pictures of the alternator and it just has two anchor points where bolts go through. But it really wasn't budging. I could move it a little bit here, pry it, and it would move, but you know, it was obviously still attached somewhere. So I got back on YouTube and looked around, found some information, and it turns out there's a bracket. And right down here, oops. Right here is where the bracket connects to. And you can see it, even with the alternator in there. If you get down here and you look through here with a light, you can see how it's attached there. But there is a big but here. This thing is attached. This is your, I think it's your crank sensor wire harness. And it's hooked up to this bundle of stuff here. Wraps underneath the alternator. And it's hooked into, it's snapped into the bracket that the alternator is attached to on the back side here. And it's just like, it's one of these stupid clips here. Like that, you know, it's a plastic clip around it. And I clipped this one off here so I can move this. The problem is you can't get the back part out. These things have a stop on them. It's really difficult. You can't get in there with pliers or anything, you know, especially down here. So what I ended up doing was I took my extra long screwdriver and I put it on the grinder and ground down a nice cutting edge on it. And then I came in here with the alternator turned in the right spot where I could see it, put it on there, and then hammered it and just knocked that end off right there. And then you try to maneuver it up through this area right here. So what I had to do was take out these 3 bolts here, one down here too, 10mm for the shield, and just push it over. That's good enough. Take out the 10mm nut here for the oil dipstick, move that out of the way. And then you can just pull it right up through. Here's the alternator. This is the bracket that's attached to the bottom. And it's sitting in there like this. Oops. Sitting in there like this. This is where the bolt attaches to the frame. And this is where that wire harness plugs into. So, you absolutely have to get that off there, because if you break that wire, then you got a real mess, you know. It's going to be hard to get down there to splice that all together. So make sure you can see that wire, and don't yank on it and pull it. I read about somebody doing that. It was a big problem. Now I'm going to just rebuild this alternator myself. This is a rectifier here. Possibility that just a diode is blown, or it could be the voltage regulator. So I'm going to get it tested and see if they can differentiate between which one it is. Each part is about 30 bucks, so I'll do that, put it all back together, and it should be good.